All right, Shalom. This is YAHAWAH out of GMS ATL, giving all praise to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. All right, also giving all praise to it's like you're giving double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and also Shalom to the Akim that are pushing out this truth with sincerity. All right, this is just a lesson that I'm getting ready to do, dealing with basically the whole topic of free will. Alright, the name of this video is going to be called The Illusion of Choice. Alright, and it's just going to be a quick lesson on, how the Most High is in control of everything. Alright, so for the Most High to be the Most High, alright, to be the creator of all things, because you got a lot of these church-going people, all right, they they push that free will doctrine, all right, but that's contrary to the scriptures, all right. So, when you get into the scriptures, you realize, or really when you just get deep into spirituality, you realize that nothing is up to your own will. Everything is up to the Most High's will, because for the Most High to be the creator, who created you, all right, then that means that he's in control of everything. All right, we're just robots. We're simulators, all right, of the Most High. Now let's look up that word simulator. Because all right, even the you got that game Sims. All right, that's basically pretty much the Most High. He's playing us like that video game. But for that video game to be made, for that video game to be made, all those possibilities have to be programmed. All right, so we're already pre-wired, we're already pre-programmed. All right, to either do the will of the Lord, or to be the wicked, or to be the righteous. We're already pre-wired. Because just like I said, that Sims game, all right, when you're playing that game, you think that you have the control over the sim. All right, you think that's the whole point of the game, or that's the whole thrill of the whole game, is that you feel like you're in control, that you can make your own, sim or your own avatar. But what you don't understand is that game was already programmed by someone. All those possibilities, all those actions and reactions, of the game, those had to be created by someone. All right, so we're gonna go into this word simulator or simulate, and we're gonna break that down. All right. Let's go here. All right, here we go. Simulate, from the 1620s. Simulate. Let me see. Oh, from Latin simulatus. All right. Feign, pretend, assume falsely, or to make, like, imitate, copy. So we're all simulated. We're all pretty much copies of okay, the Most High of energy, really. All right, we're all a piece of the Most High. Everything that you see is creation, created by the Most High. All right, so I have this article which pretty much goes into the whole free will thing. All right, but it goes real deep, even on a scientific level, and it also goes into the Bible and God as well, the Most High. So I'm just gonna go straight into it, and then I got some more things, and I got some precepts to bring out. All right. Nothing nothing escapes the laws of physics. Free will is an illusion. Our amazingly wonderfully complex brains are comprised of various cognitive systems cycling amongst themselves and generating our thoughts, consciousness, choices, and behavior. These systems and their effects all result from the mechanical, inorganic laws of physics, which is the Most High, over which we have no control. Consciousness is presented to us as a result of our neurons, our brains, our senses. When we lose those, we lose consciousness. These systems are governed and controlled by neurochemicals, hormones, ionization impulses, in short, by biochemistry. Biochemistry is in turn, which that word bio means life, and chem comes from crumb or ham, which means heat. All right, biochemistry. So really, this pretty much biochemistry relates to the spirit. Biochemistry is in turn merely a type of chemistry. When we look at the molecules and atoms that make up our chemistry, they obey the laws of physics. Alright, balls bouncing around a pool table have no free will. The basic chemicals that make up our bodies and minds have no free will. Neurons fire when they should fire according to their electrochemical properties. They don't randomly fire. So basically, you're not in control of you know your neurons in your brain. Okay, your brain sends signals to really everywhere. Your brain sends signals to your heart. Alright, your brain sends signals to your hands. That's how you're able to move. Your brain sends signals. Alright, but what this is basically saying is you can't trigger those neurons. You can't trigger those signals spontaneously on your own. Alright, they fire when they're stimulated to fire by other neurons or by environmental outputs. Stimulation results from a constant biochemical cycle. These cycles determine our states of mind and our choices. Through a long and complicated series of cause and effect, our choices are made. As such, all our choices are ultimately the result of impersonal and mechanical forces, which is the Most High. There is no free will force, quote unquote, that causes neurons to fire sometimes and not at others. They fire in accordance with the rules of physics, firmly beyond our control but not beyond our appreciation. Alright, so, with all this saying, the Most High, He made our bodies and our minds so complex that it's beyond our own understanding. Alright, we are looking, because we are observers of this reality, in which this article is going to get into that. But we're observers of the Most High's creation. Alright? Because, even as the scriptures say, we don't own our bodies. Actually, I'm gonna get that real quick. I'm gonna look it up. Okay. We don't even own our own bodies. The Most High gave us these bodies. He loaned us these bodies. Alright, this is 1 Corinthians 6 and 20. 6 and 20. Alright, 1 Corinthians 6 and 20. For ye are bought with a price, therefore glorify God in your body and in your spirit, which are God's. Therefore ye are bought with a price. So if you're bought with a price, what does that mean? You don't own your own body. That's basically what that's saying. All right, that means you don't own this. You don't. The Most High owns you. That's basically what this is saying. It says, "Therefore glorify God in your body and in your spirit, which are God's." So that clearly says that your body and your spirit are God's. They belong to God, the Most High. So if you belong to the Most High, then that cuts free will, because you're a product, you're a creation. You don't create. The Most High, everything is according to the Most High's will. And that's why we say, us being in the truth, that's why, instead of us saying, all right, tomorrow I'm going to do this, or next week I'm going to do this, we say, tomorrow, Lord willing, tomorrow I'm going to do this. Most High Ratazah. YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI Ratazah, which means willing. All right, we say, Lord willing, I'm going to do this, because we know that it's not up to us. All right, so but all right, to read on, this is these facts are proclaimed also by none other than the foremost physicist, like Albert Einstein. He said, "I do not at all believe in human freedom in philosophical sense. Everybody acts not only under external compulsion, but also in accordance with inner necessity." So this is Albert Einstein himself. And you know what? I'm just throwing this out there, but I think, I don't know. I have to do my research, but Albert Einstein could have he could have been a Jake. I'm gonna have to do my research on that, but I'm just throwing that out there. He could have been a Jake for him to be such a renowned genius. All right, they probably covered him up to be a so-called white man, but he was probably a Jake. All right, to read on, it says sociologists and psychologists have studied the subliminal, subconscious, and external factors that affect our behavior. A vast number of studies have found that our behavior is determined by outside agency, but that we always think it is caused by our own will. This page is littered with case examples taken from published scientific material, such as the following. All right. Let's see. I'll read this. We like to believe that we do that we do the things we do because we consciously decide to do them. Recent scientific research in psychology, however, demonstrates instances when our actions can be caused by things of which we are not aware. For example, imagine that you just completed a computerized driving test. You attempt to notify the attendant that you have completed the test, but she ignores you while she talks on her cell phone about her new shoes. Much to the attendant's dissatisfaction, you chose to interrupt her and give her your information. Pausing to explain your unusual forthrightness, you may conclude that your actions reflect your annoyance. You find out later that your directness with the attendant was instead caused by words related to rude beings flashed at you on the computer screen so fast that you did not notice them while you took the driving test. So basically what that's saying is, these outside influences, all right, they reflect your decision making. Really, the Most High, you could say. But your spirit, all right, guides you. The Most High is the truth is your spirit, all right, or I should say the truth is the spirit. But the Most High guides your spirit into the direction that He wants it to go. All right, and what does He use? He uses outside influences. He does that via outside influences in the world. because the Most High, he's so vast, man. He's so, all knowing and all powerful that it's such beyond our understanding. All right, we think we're in control, but just like even if you watch, because this example that I just brought out, or the this text right here, the example, if you ever watched the movie Focus, all right, with Will Smith, all right, they placed a bet, but Will Smith was playing. Will Smith, his character in the movie, he placed a bet with another guy, but Will Smith was playing him the whole time. So basically, he made an outrageous bet. Will Smith. It would have been dumb on Will Smith's part, because it was how the odds would he ever choose? Would he ever, Basically, all I'm saying is Will Smith won the bet, but he played his opponent by being strategic. He implanted in his mind, his opponent, he pretty much followed them. He followed his opponent, the guy he won the bet against. He followed him that whole day and implanted, he embedded into his mind images. It was the number 5 in this case. So say for instance, I'm going to explain this better. Say for instance, alright, if I tell you pick a number 1 through 10, right, and you say 5, or no, you pick a number 1 through 10 and you write it down, and then I'm supposed to guess that number that you wrote down. Alright, that's pretty much what Will Smith did. But how Will Smith knew he was going to choose 5 is because he embedded it in that the whole day. So Will Smith, he hired people to flash the number 5 in front of the guy. Alright, he hired, the hotel had a number 5 on it. Alright, he might drive up next to a taxi, and the taxi have a big number 5 on it. So I'm just using that as an example that everything is pretty much programmed, pre-wired. All right. I'm just gonna skip down. Some people would argue that our minds are separate from our bodies. They hold that because of this, our minds are therefore free from cause and effect. Here are some conceptual examples with this idea. Most thought must follow cause and effect in order to be coherent. Thinking randomly is no more free will than having your thoughts controlled by neurons. So our minds must run along lines of logical cause and effect. Saying that our minds are ethereal, non-physical, spiritual, or whatever else does not grant them with free will. If thoughts are not random, there must be factors which influence what thoughts are thought and what choices are made, which is the Most High. Alright, now we're going to go down. The subconscious and the illusion of choice, which we know the subconscious is your spirit. There is no doubt that it feels like we have free will. Neurologists have often wondered, as the neurons in the brain fire caused by cascades of previous firings and themselves causing other to fire in accordance with the laws of biochemistry. Do some neurons fire because of free will? Alright. Just skimming through this. This means that it seems that we are observers more than we are conscious angels. It seems that we are observers more than we are the conscious agents of choice. We become aware of what our brains are thinking, but don't have any free will to preemptively alter it. This means that in some sense, free will is a fake. Decisions are made ahead of time by the brain without the input of consciousness. So the Most High, He sends that signal into your brain, alright, or He puts it in your spirit to do something. Now, I'm gonna bring out a precept on that. Let me charge my phone. Bear with me one second. Alright, I'm gonna bring out a precept on that. This is the book of Matthew 26 and 33. Alright, I'm gonna start it. Okay, yeah, 33. Peter answered and said unto him, Though all men shall be offended because of thee, yet will I never be offended. YAHAWASHI said unto him, Verily I say unto thee, that this night before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me thrice. Peter said unto him, Though I should die with thee, yet will I not deny thee. Likewise also said the disciples. Alright, and then when you read on, alright, what did Peter do? He denied YAHAWASHI 3 times. But, you know, YAHAWASHI told him, he said, look, you're going to deny me 3 times before the cock crows. Alright, but you know, Peter, that just goes to show the Most High is in control. You might say you're going to do this, but you don't know that, man. Alright? So that's one example of how we have that illusion of control. Alright? Because I could say, you know, yo, I'm about to go to the store. Alright, but shit, the Most High can you know, He could have you get a flat tire on the way to the store. And then what happens? Or if I call someone and say, yo, I'm on the way, you know, I'll be there in a few. Alright, anything could happen, man. That's why you gotta realize that the Most High is in control of this thing. Because anything can happen. That's the fear of the Most High. That's why you gotta fear the Most High. Even as far as, you know, us doing this work and being, you know, being in this truth, man. You know, because the apostles always say you can't make yourself of the elect. Either you are or you aren't. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna bring that out too. Because, and that's another thing that cuts the whole free will thing, is because this thing isn't about works, man. It's about who was ordained from the beginning. That's it. The Most High chose His men from the beginning, and if you weren't chosen, then you ain't a man of the Lord. You ain't the elect. Let's see. Slovakia. I think I pulled out the wrong precept. Hold on. Bear with me 1 second. Alright. Bear with me 1 second. Alright. We're going to go to Ephesians 1 and 4. Ephesians 1 and 4. According as He had chosen us in Him before the foundation of the world. Alright, so the Most High chose the elect. Alright, that we should be holy and without blame before Him in love, having predestinated us. What does that mean, predestinated us? That means that it was already predestined. It was already, destined means something that's meant to happen. So if it's predestined, that means it was pretty much already set in stone. All right, before the foundation of the world, having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by YAHAWASHI to Himself, according to the good pleasure of His will. Now I want to get into this because, alright, listen to this. Foreknowledge contradicts free will, because the Most High, just like I said, the Most High already chose us from the beginning. So if the Most High already knows what you're going to do before you do it, that contradicts free will. Alright. It says foreknowledge contradicts free will. Alright. Let me see. Alright, it gave up the whole Peter example that I already brought out. To argue that when God prophesies, states, and intends that someone do a particular thing, that the person is still at liberty because of his supposed free will to do what God has said is absurdity on the highest level. Yet this is what the theory of free will demands. The fact that God has foreknowledge of everything proves that free will is an impossibility. A true free will could alter the future, and therefore God could not have an absolute and true knowledge of the future. That's right. That's it, man. Simple as that. So that's a cut. It is idiocy to state that a man has free will that is not made or caused to do so, or caused to do as it does, and yet state that God knows in advance the only possible choice that a person must make. See? So if you see, because when people, you got a lot of church people, oh, you got free will. When people come with that whole free will bullshit, all you gotta do is say, okay, well, did the Most High create all things, or does the Most High know? Is the Most High all knowing? All right, doesn't He know? Doesn't the Most High know what you're gonna do before you do it? And they're gonna say yes. And that's how you cut them, because that's a contradiction. That makes no sense. If He knows what you're going to do before you do it, then how would you go against that? Alright, Salak, my computer is about to die. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to grab my charger. And I got to hurry.